We're being filmed. If you object, leave now. And if there's a fire alarm, run. And your hands.
No questions.
Do you feel the biggest problem with politicians at the moment is their inability to communicate their ideas and policies?
Okay.
It's 3 at a time, so more hands. Stephen and this gentleman.
Yep. So I'm just writing things down. I'm slow
I'll
writing.
kick off. First off, I'm a massive fan. Are you focusing on politics? How far do you intend to go? Are you just backing candidates, or do you intend to do driving your own political aspirations?
Yep. Okay. Anything else?
Both Boris and Ken seem to have a tendency to engage mouth before brain and be a bit quirky. Do you think that's a good part of running for mayor? I think it's essential to have that.
That's a very good point too. Yeah. Mouth and brain. I've seen other people do this, so they note it down very quickly. It's something I've got to get used to. Aspirate-I-O-N-S. I'm dyslexic. I'm a really slow writer, so I'm going to be sitting. Yes, difficult to communicate policy. Yeah, it is. I think it's very difficult for individuals. Sorry, what's your name? Alan. Alec. Yeah, Alec. I think. Well, the problem is people hate politicians. They just generally hate politicians. You guys are all here, so you're probably thinking, you're probably active in some way, at least active in your brains, which is great. But when you get into the political machine, it does seem, and I've been quite, I've been obviously in and around the Labour Party machine and something, the parliamentary machine. You have to get on message. Spin was invented. The press complained about spin. The press invented spin, or maybe Caesar or Plato or something like that. It's been around forever, and it is great difficulty to be able to put out a message that is your own, to keep yourself individual within the big world of politics. It's easier in the being a mayor. You can, which links into what this gentleman here was saying, going off message from the central message, but it will be spun by the press if you seem to come off message and say, oh, they totally disagree with the head. With the message that's coming from the leadership of the party, and so this is a big problem. And I think that public really do want individual people to be up there. People don't trust people because the politicians, because as soon as they get into power, it does seem to be that they just get on message. And linking up with the second thing, so political aspirations, I am planning to run in 8 years' time, either Mayor of London or MP in 2020. So. I think I could probably do a good campaign. I could probably get in. I do worry that I could, once I get into something, if you get into mayor, then you do have more. There's more elasticity. You can move off message. I mean, Boris Johnson keeps getting up and saying things against David Cameron, but I always get the feeling he phones up David Cameron and says, "I'm going to say this, okay, in half an hour, thanks," and then puts it down because they were both in that wonderful drinking club way back when. So this is what I think. But I think what people want, I think what you want, and I think what the public wants all around the world is they want real people. They do, and so if you do make mistakes, if you do go off message, I think, well, Boris, how many love childs has he got? How many, he's only $250,000 a year, which is more money than he gets from being paid mayor from the Daily Telegraph. No one's, and everyone says, oh, he's Teflon. He's not Teflon. He's just. I think people actually look at the Mayor of London as being an ambassador. I think they see Boris as an ambassador, like he just needs to go around, open things up, do a wave, he's got his hair, does a bit of bike, goes home, has sex with lots of different women, tries to remember which one's his wife, and that's sort of fine. But there is actually an administration of the thing, the detail thing, which Ken, I think, is a lot better at. But I do think that your average voter wants real people in politics. I don't know if this is ever going to change, whether everyone will always be kind of grey, because, I mean, it's difficult to actually get publicity for anyone to get their characters forward. If you get into politics, then if you're not known beforehand, people will not know much about you, and the press won't be interested in you until you get into the cabinet, or the shadow cabinet at least. So that's a long, waffly answer to all 3 questions, I think, all at once. Yeah, so mouth and brain is a problem, but I think there is more. What's it called? not sure what adjective I'm looking for here. There's more. No one can help me. No one knows what's in my head. This is what politics is going to be like. You have more chance to do this. Yes, you can just go off message more as a mayor, and I suppose people like that. They want colour. But then, depending whether the newspapers are right wing or what, they will spin it however they spin it, which is always a problem. Anyway, more questions.